run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3.
Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
The big story all week, Texans coach Lovie Smith making his return to Chicago. Lovie, of course, the coach of the Bears from 2004 to 2012, and he was at the helm when the Bears won that NFC title in 2006. Wound up 81-63 during his tenure here in the Windy City. Then he would have that pit stop down in Tampa and then come back to the state of Illinois as a head coach of the Fighting Illini in the Big Ten before returning to the National Football League.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Ready.
Here comes the rookie 7th-round pick. It's Isaiah Pacheco. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
11 more on that one and another first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. A huge play there for Houston. 47 yards.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
It's a quarterback sneak. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Love this time is going to set up to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Andy Janovich, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Velus Jones now from his end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At the 20.
Play action. It's Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
First carry now for David.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields hit, and the ball is loose. And the Texans scoop it. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now, I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads. And you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
They had 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early, as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 25 yards that time.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
The Bears at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and very short, Love finds his man. It's John Mechie, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
That's caught out wide by Cooks.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Ready.
Throwing. Love. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Knox. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
Here we go.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's a give up the middle. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Houston.
Isaiah Pacheco, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And they'll begin on the ground here with Evans. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. 17-0 our score after 1. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll go right back to Evans. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On play action, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He's going to rifle one deep left side.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job train.
Oh, he sheds himself free.
He's got room past the 30.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability, and that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Love now. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return.
And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Ready.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Ready.
Off the play fake, Love. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. And I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
Open man there is Collins, complete.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Love looking to throw it.
This will be complete to Mechie.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go.
To throw now. Here's Love. And Cooks has it over the middle. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down.
Now in his 9th NFL season, Brandon Cooks remains a model of consistency. Had a career-best 90 catches in 2021 and his 6th 1,000-yard season in the last 7 years. No surprise there that they were looking for him to pick up a 1st down, and he gets it done.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Trying to find John Mechie,
but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Set, hut.
They'll try to run this one in. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Isaiah Pacheco.
His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Texans continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. This thrown quickly out to Jones. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now it's Fields. Man open, here is Jones.
And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
A huge play there for Chicago. 45 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 2nd down, Montgomery down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Okay, CD, second quarter, look at their deficit and where they're at on the field. They're going for this, right?
I think that they are because down at this point, they've just made that big move. Ride the momentum wave while you can. I know people think, hey, you've got to get some points here. Hey, you're riding it big time. Go get it done.
Santos' kick is up and through. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it, the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Okay, right?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Love from the gun. It's caught left side by Cooks. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 38, Love. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And shutting him off, now open field. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one as he just did there.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
64 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Fields.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Play fake. Here's Love. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On third down, Love.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's fourth down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Oh, the return is Jones. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And off comes to Montgomery. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
102 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
They'll run with Montgomery. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Bears are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Santos with the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This taken in at the goal line.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit.
Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
This ball caught by Mechie.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears will take over here just shy of the 30. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They coming off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting them the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Off play action, Fields.
Got an open man, it's Pringle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A give, this is Montgomery.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 115 yards on the ground so far for Montgomery. It's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll run on first down with Evans.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. The tight end in motion right. On 2nd and 12,
Fields. And he'll get this complete downfield to Kmet.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 16. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
This offense so far on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback because everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
In motion, the tight end. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Derek Stingley picks it.
There he goes, right side. 30. 10. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Christian Harris. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Love. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 14 yards that time and a 1st down on the keeper.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. 4th quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, it's Hawkins, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Texans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They run, Montgomery.
And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And that will force a turnover on downs.
They run with a rookie from Florida, Dameon Pierce.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost...
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The slot man in motion right.
Now a 1st down throw. Fields
looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. In motion goes the tight end.
2nd and 10. Fields again.
He's going to go up top again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Fields throwing again.
He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Down. Fields has to have this one.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Ready.
And they will take a knee here.
On the double. Set.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go.
Ready.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
Set, go.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Texans, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head home